if you got a chance to check out in the group, today is about closing loyal customers and distributors. Because if you've been on my training, I tell you, there's really no difference between the two. It really isn't. It's literally bringing someone new into your business. And so I've even now started to make sure that when I do my trainings, I talk to them both simultaneously together. So before I start training or even sharing with you some things this morning, I want to give a huge congratulations. If you're not on my team, I'm sure you're doing well. If you're on my team, I can see you're doing well. I have a lot of you all that are out here that you're like double promoting. I have a lot of people that are double promoting. Some people are individually promoting. You have people that are like already at the 400 in their box. So I want to just give a huge congratulations. Like, you're doing absolutely amazing. We are at the 13th of the month. And when I went back and I just looked at the pace of last month, I want you all to know this and hear this from me. You're actually ahead of the pace from last month. Now, if you're not on my team, I'm going to give you a huge congratulations. You want to know why? You showing up. Hey, listen, when we're in the gym, and there's sometimes people, my gym is one of them fit gyms where everybody come and you be like, dang, like for real, my life ain't right. But then you may look over and see somebody who is not, they're not where they want to be, but they're right in the middle every single time. So even if I cannot see your E-suite, I already know that you're ahead of the game because you show up. You're here. Like, you're training. You're in the room. If you could hear anything of me, I want you to not take this lightly, like this congratulations lightly, because as being an entrepreneur for 20 years, there's some things that you see that you know are golden. And then there's some things that you see that you be like, hey, you got to get rid of that. And then there's some things that you see that you really need to praise because maybe somebody in these moments do not understand, like, that was huge. So I'm going to tell you, being plugged into fire is huge in being an entrepreneur. It's huge. Your personal development is huge. It's something that sometimes people like glaze over and be like, oh yeah, I did it. Or I'm not as good as what I used to be. And I love to share in rooms that even though I have been an entrepreneur for 20 years, my personal development, y'all, look, this morning, I'm doing right now, John Maxwell's The Power of Potential. And I had got to a space in the book that I was like, I don't know if I'm getting everything that which I'm saying, because sometimes we get so busy. Have you ever started reading something and your mind is cooking, it's picking up the kids, it's thinking about what you got to do later. And I was like, man, I'm getting to that space, so let me just go back. So it shocks sometimes people when they sit down and realize, dang, even though she's doing a lot, she's still reading. Oh, yeah. Because guess what? The higher you go, the more information you need. Just so you know this, the higher you go, the more you'll need. And if you're not properly fueling yourself, like, it's like, climb a mountain, like climb a hill. No, climb a step and fall from that step. Climb a hill, fall from that hill. Climb a mountain and fall from the mountain. Woo, that mountain fall, it could be real, real tough. Some people don't even survive from the mountain fall, right? So I want to let you know what I see right now. It's like, this right here is part one, but it's a major part. It's almost like in weight loss. When people are like, I want to lose this, I want to do this, I want to do this. And aren't you on your mind? You're like, okay, can we start? Can you just buy something? Can we start one day? Hey, can you take the one piece of bread out of your mouth? Just do the one. Or can you just drink one less soda? So I really wanted to take some time from what I see. I see some of the same faces all the time coming back, hungry for more, right? And then, yes, I'm a voyeur. I'm on your page. I'm looking down. I'm like, she did it. This looks so different. Her story is different. Like, oh, my God. Like, the things that they're doing right now, if they only knew what I saw, like from where I'm looking at it, you are on the brink of going forward. You are there. So I want you to understand where the ball could be missed is literally thinking, I'm doing something wrong. I'm not okay. Okay, I look over here and I see them doing this, and why am I not doing that? Okay, I gotta be doing something wrong. Let me go back, let me change, let me readjust. When in all actuality, it just may not be where you are in the space of the business. Because every business has its time. Look right now, everybody knows I'm on my triple run, right? Y'all want my triple run right now? I won't wait. I want to do the rest of the work. I am just being honest. I'm having an honest moment with you. I don't feel like training. I want to get up in the morning, I get up at 5 to be ready by this time. I want to do that. I want it now. There's a place of coast and being able to function, and then everything is going, and I'm not there because I understand in business, I still got so much work to do. However, one of the things that I do have is knowing that I'm in that space though. You in the space, the pendulum is moving. Hey, you in the momentum. What you do never want to do is stop your momentum. Have you ever had a journey, a weight loss journey? You're reading a book, you're taking a class, you're doing something, and you stop? How many of y'all are back in school? How many of y'all decided to go back to school when you were an adult? Don't them books look different? Don't trying to study look a little different? And you like, goodness gracious, now you got the kids, now you got your husband. He know you signed up for the class. He was aware, he was there, he started tuition papers. But when he hungry, he act like you ain't supposed to study. It look a little different. And it's because of the pendulum swing. It slowed down. And now you got to pick that dang on swing back up and keep it going. I wanted to share a little story with you all. It's very short. I remember when I first came into the business, my business of doing hair. Okay, so I was I came out of college, had a degree in marketing psychology, just bubbly, ready to go, on fire, making money, started out. Hey, got to the point in corporate at being 20 years old, making $60,000 a year, 20, right? So you couldn't tell me anything because guess what? I was valuing myself at that $60,000 they was paying me per year. And then I quit that and I decided to go do hair and follow my passion. I've been doing hair since I was 8. I started, and then I started doing the hair in the house at 12. So guess what? I expected when I left corporate America doing 60 to be able to equate that on over to start doing hair. I laughed because as I was reading here, I wanted to take myself back on a mental journey and remember when I started, right? And I remember I had on a white, the first day I walked in the salon after training, I had on a white blouse, okay, blouse, tied on up. I had on a pearl wrist, gray pants, and black shoes. I remember this, gray, like slacks, okay? Not fitted, slacks. And I remember walking into that salon and them girls, and I don't want to call it the hood, but it was not a nice neighborhood because that's what I could afford. Okay, so that's how I walked in because guess what? In my mind, I'm $60,000, and when I walk in here, hey, I'm about to do this, and them girls took one look at me and laughed at me, and I didn't gel pretty well. They put me in the station all the way in the back, not in the front. In my mind, I thought I was supposed to be in the back. Do y'all understand? I'm used to closing $1.5 million in sales a month. So I'm supposed to be in the front. What do you mean I'm supposed to be in the back? Right? And I adjusted so rough. I'll tell you the very first year in business, I share this with everybody. So I went from making $60,000 to $14,400 a year. I laugh at that now, and I was like, what the heck am I doing? Like, what am I doing? How is this going to work? And I just kept showing up every day and struggling, like doing hair very well, thinking I needed to change the chair, move things around. Oh my God, I was doing so much. And I will say it probably took me to the 3rd year mark to even, 1, 2, 3. 3 years in business. I finally got over 30,000. I'm still at half of where I was. I'll tell you, I did not make that 60,000 where I had started back until 5 years being in business. It took me 5 years. Now, when I look back over that, I go, oh my God, it was my tenacity. Like, how did you get up, back on up? And it also took you 5 years. Well, it was my tenacity. It was my ability to fall, get back up, stay in the race, be there. And then also too, if I had looked earlier and realized I was a newbie and I needed to make some mistakes, maybe I wouldn't have beat myself over the head so much. However, I had to take that moment to congratulate myself and just go, wow, but you stayed in the race. You did. You kept learning. You kept applying. And then when I got to the 5th year, I looked back and went, you want to know why I'm so successful now? It was all the failures that I had. I changed that outfit. Okay. That outfit was for corporate. I still positioned myself as being a professional, but I just changed to fit in a little bit. Changed to fit into my actual client. It wasn't I changed me as a person, but I was way too stiff. Like, I barely even talked to people when they came through the door because I was looking at them as being different than me, when in all actuality, I just needed to be a little bit nicer. I needed to talk to them. I needed to ask questions. I needed to make sure that not only was I helping the people in my chair, but was I being a really good team member of those around me? No. Because they were looking at me as being the outcast, I then start looking at them as being the outcast, and I wasn't talking to them, so therefore I wasn't building team camaraderie. Y'all, it took me 3 years to actually even just start talking to the team, because then I started doing different personal development books that were letting me know, and I didn't realize that I wasn't being the same team player that I was in my corporate job in being in hair. I didn't equate them as being the same. I put the hair job over here as being something different. Hey, I'm by myself. I don't need y'all. And then when I was over here working the corporate, hey, I was trained that we were a team. So it wasn't until I brought those skill sets over into doing hair that then my business took off. After that 60,000, I went to 80,000. I went to 100,000. I went to 180,000. I went to 400,000. I went to 500,000 in sales. Then I went to $800,000 in sales. It happened over time. It did not happen at night, even though, guess what? I wanted it to. I really did. I wanted it to. But I had to realize, guess what? There was work that was required. So when I sat last night, anybody on the show me the money last night? Raise your hand or shake it. Were you on the show me the money last night? Well, I was listening. If you drive and keep your hands on the wheel, nod your head. I see Chelsea, nod your head. Like, don't put that on my heart. Show me the money last night, and I'm listening. And as I'm listening, I'm really quiet because I love to be a student in the room. I've learned over time, stay a student. If you want to be great, stay a student. Right? Lead and be a student. So as I'm quiet, I'm listening to these stories, and yes, and I live 1 hour from Target, and I do all of this or whatever. And I'm like, wow, I think today's story is needed. My story is needed in a different format, because guess what? Everything that she said was absolutely true. But if you don't know what to do with that story, it can mess you up. So guess what I decided to do? I wanted to do a little visual today with some glasses, because I am going to teach you about your loyal customers, and I am going to teach you about your distributors. But I wanted to give you a visual, so therefore when we get this visual, we'll understand how we're seeing it. So I decided to bring glasses, right? These glasses represent where we are in business, right? So when we first start in business, everybody starts here. We all start with an empty glass. Right? We're on Facebook, we're in the business, and as we start, we all get this fresh module, right? But then this fresh module listens to, what was her name last night? I don't even remember. So I'm not even gonna say it because it doesn't even matter. We listen to this girl, the girl that's been in business for a long period of time, and guess what? This change represents all of her work. Everything that she's done, she posts, she gets a new following, bam, she drops on in. She goes on out, she does a host of posts, she drops on in. She goes on out, she meets somebody, she blitzes, we drop another person on in. Hey man, she real full. She real full, because guess what? She got 3 years in business, right? She rolling. But then our new looks here. And then we go, well, why am I not here? Like this over here is jing-a-ling-a, like I need to be here. This is where I need to be. However, we miss that part that says, well, I've been in business for 3 years. So every time I talk to somebody, I have a base that I've started with. And then guess what? I have new people that I keep on getting to drop into my jar. So therefore, when I'm talking to people and I'm doing my $20 coupons, guess what's going to happen? See this? I got a whole bunch that's here. When in all actuality, what we need to see when we watch those things is, here is where I am when I started business. And then here is where my tank is. My tank got some stuff. It got some things. It sure does. However, if I keep moving, hey, it's going to sound a little louder if I keep going. So what I want you to do is I want you to use these things as inspiration and understanding. See, what you're doing is you're bringing your tank into an environment to inspire you to get here. But what I don't want you to do is take your cell phone out and be unrealistic and think that when I start from here, hey, because I heard this great word, I'm going to jump to here. Because guess what? It's time to take 1 penny and drop it on the end. It takes time to make a phone call and do a host of posts and then drop into your tank. Right? Because each time you talk to somebody, this is what you do. Okay? But I also want you to think about something too. So say, for instance, you listen to that same message and you've been dropping people in and you're down here when you listen to that message, but yet you say, I'm not here and I'm not getting there fast enough. So I need to take a break. I need to roll back a little bit, right? Then what happens is this person comes away. I took a break. Okay. I took a break. Oh, I'm still on break. And do you see how it's happening just one at a time? It's sliding backwards, right? Then when you listen to that music, hey, I'm about to do it again. Now look at your tank. See, now the tank is down here. So now I'm ready. But you hear it and you're remembering this. And you're like, okay, now I'm ready to go. I'm ready. Well, guess what now needs to happen again? Now you have to go back to a host of posts. You have to go back. You have to start over. Right? But when you stay in the race and you understand you're in the fire, guess what starts to happen? You know what? Today, I learned a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm on these trainings and she's teaching me, and now all of a sudden I'm doing well, and now I do a host of posts, and now I'm coming out here and I'm blitzing, I'm doing whatever. Now guess what happened? We got about 5 coins to start getting on me, because guess what? You're getting better and better and better. You're getting better and better and better, and now you're responding to host of posts and you're blitzing, and now your friends are responding to people. Look how fast it's going. Now your friends are responding to people, right? And so now that your friends are responding to people, now they're doing more host of posts like, hey, it's raining. Seriously, it's raining. Now all of a sudden, you listen to that meeting again, and it's about a couple of months, and now all of a sudden it's equating. Hold on, she's just a little bit ahead of me. She's not as far as I am. Hey, let me get back on. Let me go start doing a little bit more. Hey, let me start keep on going. Before you know it, this is what you're working with, right? This is what you're working with because of your consistency and because of your time. Then what happens? Guess what's going to happen to you when you get here? You're going to get here. You're going to be so successful. You're in the middle. When you get right here, guess what else is going to happen? You're going to bring a new person into business. And guess what? They're going to be sitting just like this. And now when you're talking to them, now they're watching this glass. Now they're sitting back here and they're going, okay, my upline is, woo, she a beast. And you're sitting here going, okay, I'm a beast, but I'm trying to get over here to this. And then your new person is back here going, but how do I get to here? How do I even climb and get to you? And then when that happens, you have to be able to stop and say, you see what's from yours? Now you got to come out of yours and you got to deposit into them. You got to be able to show them, hey, babe, you're at the beginning. This is beautiful too. I remember when I was back here. I remember when I was. And then when I stayed consistent and I showed up and where you are right now, you're in these trainings. Hey, keep coming. Hey, I need you to do a host of posts. Because see, it's not raining for them yet. They just dropped their little dimes. Right? And then the more that they go, what's going to start happening to them? And all of a sudden, here's goes for them. Right? And as that happens for them, they bring in somebody. And then guess what happens to that glass? Right? It's called the process. What we hear people say is, it's levels to this. I want you to understand, it's levels to this. That's all. That's all. It's just levels to this. So what I want to tell you is when you're listening to me today and you're watching and you're seeing Trayce doing 27, DTs in 12 days, this is what I want y'all to understand that's happening here. Okay? What's happening here is 20 years in business has her cup like this. You know why? Because I've been building a brand for 20 years, showing up every single day. A lot of people that are on my team, hey, guess what? I'll even be so bold to tell y'all, 90% of you all who are on here, who are on my team, who have said yes to me, how many years have you been following me? Can you type that? How many years have you followed Trayce? For a year. How many years have you followed me? Type in years have you followed me. 1 year, Trayce Durns. I'm looking for more. I see some people type there. Can y'all type a little faster? 3 years, 2.5. I know so right now that somebody who's joined my team, she may not be on here that's been following me for 6 years. See, when you see that and you see those things coming, what you're watching is years of planting of seeds. Years. So therefore, that's been built up over time. Along Sherry Diamond, Sherry Chapman, 10 years. 10 years that as soon as I dropped into the business, I remember Sherry was like, if you're doing it, I'm doing it. She had been following me for 10 years, right? So what that says is, if you stay in the game and you right now with your cup, you keep depositing, guess what's going to happen? Somebody is watching you. Somebody is seeing you right now. And your consistency is inspiring somebody. Guess what? I listened to people tell me one day that I had been following you, Trayce, and I knew you were doing this. And when you were doing this, oh my God, I knew I had to. And I remember watching your first journey. And then I remember watching your second journey. And then I remember keep on coming on in. You see, I'm just steady depositing, right? Every day it's a new person. I want you to understand that's what you're listening to when we on Show Me the Money. We're listening to people that have been in this business that are doing this every day. Their steps to success, they have gotten to a place where now they have so much in their pipeline that they can do 4 and 3. They can do it. They can do 4 and 3 because they got hundreds of time behind them. They have days, 365 times 5 is over 1,500. So they're just steady pouring and they're steady staying consistent. And now they're linking up and they're talking to each other and they're trading notes. But guess what? Everybody can get to here. And guess how? Because this amazing thing that I'm seeing you do right now, this amazing thing where you're showing on up and you're going on out and you're posting and you're being consistent and you have an amazing journey, is going to get you there too. So I want you to trust that. I'm about to drop some knowledge on you right now about the things in which you need to do to be able to close the sale. But guess what? The very first thing you're already doing, you're in the race. You're here. You're in the race. You're showing up. Hey, let me share with y'all some inspiration. I'm not going to say her name. But guess what? When I came into this business 7 months ago, there was a girl that was in this business that was not feeling so great. Felt that, hey, things are not going well for me, so I just gonna have to roll back and I'm just not gonna be in the business. Guess what? She quit and I enrolled. Think about that. I'm on my way to triple diamond. I have over almost 160 reps now. And I am what enrolled underneath her. Could you imagine where she'd be right now? If she had just stayed in the race, if she had just stayed consistent, if she had just stuck around and kept doing her job, where would she be if I'm on my way to triple? Where would she be? So I want you to think about that. When I hear people say, oh my God, I just ain't doing something right. I'm not doing this or whatever. I want you to realize you just haven't deposited enough yet. Your tank is here, that's all. And if you've been in the business for a long period of time and your pendulum has stopped swinging as fast as what it used to, it's just time to redeposit. That's all. I share with you, when you drive 5 miles, anybody ever got off on the wrong exit? That's what I'm telling y'all who driving. Pay attention to me and also watch the road. Because if you get off on the wrong exit, y'all, it's one exit by me that you literally are off a mile and a half. A mile and a freaking half. So that means when you drive out a mile and a half, you got to come back that hour and a half just to get back to the point of origination. So be easy on yourself. You're showing up. You're doing what you got to do. Y'all, you're better than you was at the last time. And if you got a little bit off the track, you just may have to come back to the point of origination. Like, that's it. And then keep going. And then guess what? You'll go, oh my God, I remember when I did that. I ain't doing that no more. I'm going to show up in this business. I'm going to do that host to post. I'm going to do that show me the money call. I'm going to make sure I keep getting in these groups, adding people, because I ain't got time to come back a mile and a half. I ain't got that type of time. So now that I've got your mind right, now I'm going to tell you how. How am I going to close? Because guess what? I need you to stay in the game, because guess what? If you quit on me, or if you're not here, or you don't show up, and you don't do these things every day, it doesn't matter what I tell you. Because your head ain't in the game. Y'all watch sports? You don't watch sports? Okay, if you don't watch them, you know this. Michael Jordan lost some games. He is still the greatest player. And if you're watching this video, he is better than LeBron. So I say this all the time. Michael Jordan is the best player all times. But did y'all know Michael Jordan didn't even make the high school basketball team? He didn't even make the team. And now, literally from where he came from, just had to keep fighting and showing up. Hey, did you know Michael Jordan, being the best player, showed up before his team all the time? He was there. He was ready. Even on downtime, he was there and he was practicing. And the more he showed up as a leader, because I know the story, I love to listen to these stories. Next thing you know, Scottie Pippen started staying later. He was like, dang, Michael don't pay attention to me in the game, so let me stay behind and practice with him more. And the more he started to practice with him, then here came the rest of the team. Because literally he was leading so loudly from the front. And people wanted to be around him. So therefore, guess what? They had to show up where he really grew. And that was in practice. For us, that's in the trainings. So that's how he became the greatest. And he is and still is. I always tell people what makes him the greatest is that he made people around him great. He didn't need additional people to be great. He made you great just by being in his presence, by you practicing with them, by him pouring into you. That literally made you great. So I want to tell you right now, in network marketing, we have to empower our team, right? Your team is only as great as you as a leader, just so you understand that. So guess what? When somebody ain't getting it, what a leader does, I was saying this to my mom last night. what a leader does in sports is the coach can stand on the sides and go, hey, y'all, throw that ball. Do that. You got to do this. You got to do that. This is what I need you to do. Do that. But the ones that really get the most, roll their sleeves on up. All right, y'all, this is what we're going to do. We're going to hike. We're going to go down here. We're going to move. Hey, I'm going to show you this. Hey, we got to stay up. Hey, everybody can leave. You stay with me an extra hour. I need to work with you. That's how you're going to get it. Because you, right now, in your 400 box, you can be an absolutely amazing 400 box. Hey, man, you can get 2,000 in your box. But if your team has 100, you'll have a hard time in promotion. Because they have to be just as good as you. So maybe guess what? When I teach you how to do these LCs and these DTs, I need you to roll up them sleeves. I need you to get down with people, and I need you to get on some three-way calls, and I need you to, hey, get some FaceTime, be on some phone calls, and make sure they know what you do. So don't just take this great information today, even if they did not do the training, and you send them the link, and I can't make them. No, we can't. But you can tell them. And then once you tell them and they become more interested, because maybe they're just a little bit afraid, or they don't feel like they can get to your point, because right now they're looking at their tank like this. And they're trying to figure out how the heck to get right here. Yeah, it's gonna look a little good. Maybe I push them just a little bit more. Make sure they get it just a little bit more. So therefore we all can win together. So now in my training, guess what? I'm going to give you some things. And I did kind of put it in order. Yeah, I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to give you 5 things. And I'm going to give you in order to be able to bring distributors and also loyal customers to your team. I'll give you 5 things. Number 1, you have to show up and exude confidence. In order to be confident, you see me drink my coffee, I was like, dang, I need this all the way here. I am sitting here wrapped too as well. I've had my thermal fight. I'm actually a product of the product. So in order to exude confidence as a loyal customer, you have to understand the products. You can do your, we have your back office. There's also too, product coach, my product coach, where you can go on in and understand your products. So as a loyal, in order to be able to get a loyal customer, you have to be confident in what the product does. Now I'm going to switch that on over to distributor. In order to gain distributors, everybody wants to know this. In order to gain distributors, you have to be confident in being a distributor to attract yourself. So when people are asking questions as a distributor, and maybe you're new in the business, and maybe right now you've only seen $40 and $50 checks. So you're like, how? Guess what? Your confidence does not just come from your income. It also comes in your reason of why you're here. Maybe you're getting the best personal development training right now. Maybe you're becoming a better woman. You're becoming a better mom. My husband gave me the ultimate compliment this morning. Forget my check. Forget my check. My husband said, babe, ever since, and I almost made me emotional, ever since you've been home, the house feels different. He said, I just can't explain it. He was like, it just feels warm. He's like, I come on in, it's different smell. He's like, the house smell different. You cooking. He was like, the kids are just, he was like, they're giving me more hugs and everything. Like, he's like, man, he was like, babe, I'm glad you're home. Yo, okay, I'm getting emotional. Guess what? And I didn't expect that to happen. That's huge to me. That's huge to me. That's huge. Again, forget this money. Seriously, like, forget it. That's not what it's about. My 3 teams have their mom here more. Right? All that money I was making and doing all this, whatever, they have won. Do y'all hear that? That's what I'm saying over the phone. That's why people are here. And like I said, that was the best compliment he could have ever given me as his wife. That's the best compliment he could have ever given me, was that my home is more of a home because you're here. My children are more, like, goodness gracious, by literally watching how they're functioning in school. Because you're here, that's amazing. So guess what? That right there, stop thinking of this just as finances, man. Stop it, because it's done something totally different for my entire life. You can't get me out this business. So being that you can't get me out this business, I got to show up every day to make sure that I stay here, because that was amazing. I didn't even hear that come. And maybe I didn't process it to this moment, because I gave him the biggest hug in the kitchen. I was like, thank you, babe. He was like, yeah. I even see the change in him as a man in my home. He said, I feel more comfortable leaving knowing you're here. So he shared with me he was staying here so much because I wasn't, and those kids were just as important to him as they are to me. So now that I know you got this, I can go be. That was huge. That was huge. So guess what? This is who shows up to greet you in this business. This woman. So when I'm talking to you and you telling me I ain't got the type of time, and you telling me you have kids, hey, let me tell you something. Let me tell you about something that I missed. Even too, I'm going to share with you something personally. God has placed in my heart. People are asking me to speak everywhere. God has placed in my heart to talk and do a seminar on the absentee mom. I'm working on it. I'm doing my notes and I'm working on it, because guess what? We are always pushing to men about how they're not here and they're not doing whatever, but yet your kids could be sitting right here underneath you, but yet you're steady doing like this. Go away, do this, go do that, right? And then they're not getting you. And then there's nobody that's there that's giving that conversation, and yet we're steady keep going and we're pushing. And you don't realize how golden this space is. So guess what? Don't tell me I haven't done nothing special in this business. Yes, you have. You just don't understand it. You're looking for monetary. Because guess what? I've been there. That's why you see people that are at the mountaintop and they're millionaires and they're killing themselves. Because money ain't just it. It's not. So I'm sharing with you this right now. I have won. I've won. So when I'm talking to you, I'm trying to get you to win from the aspect of now my home life. It was never a bad home life, but everybody around me has seen how different it is. So when I'm talking to you about this business, this is who's showing up. Her. So you have to exude that. If you want to bring somebody on this team, you need to really get connected. You hear it from the business aspect of what's your why. You hear that, but you really need to get connected with your own dang on why. That's who needs to show up. Stop worrying about you don't know the comp plan. I don't even know the whole freaking comp plan. I know what it's doing for my life. I know how happy I am. I know how happy those kids are. Every morning, do you understand? Every morning, I get a chance to spend an individual half hour with each one of them and talk to them individually every day, and I see them changing. And my son came home, who's 18 years old yesterday, and was like, Mom, I got to go get it like you, and filled out an application, got the job. I'm taking it to the interview, and he was like, Mom, I just want to be like you. Whoa, what? I didn't see that coming. I won. I'm winning. And I am not winning because I'm a 5-figure earner in the company. That is not why I'm winning. I'm winning because if I could make that money and they weren't successful, then what the heck did I do it for? What was the real reason? To buy a bag? To buy a car? Is that really it? If they don't get off in life, was that really it? See, I need y'all to start taking this stuff with you every day. Why are you doing what you're doing? There's a reason you're showing up here every single day and you're doing these trainings in the morning and you're getting yourself together. There's a reason. I'll ask you, are you bringing that into your sale? Are you telling people the real? When you wake up, what's your intention? What is it? Exude that confidence when you come into that call. You want to know my secret sauce? This is it. She's being honest with people. She's really developing a relationship. She's really talking to them, and she really freaking cares. Like, I'm really genuine. Hey, y'all, I'm getting up in the morning time at 5 to make sure I'm here for you. 7:45, I come down here, turn on this music, make sure your environment is ready because I want you to get it too. That comes from a genuine heart. So when I can bring somebody on the team and I'm telling them, hey, I'm going to be here and I'm going to train you and I care about you, that is why I can turn that over like that, because that is the truth. It is not made up some business fallacy. It is the absolute truth. So then I'll ask, what's yours? What's your truth? It's not just money. What's your truth? Number 2. Now I got to find my way back to my G, being a G. Woo! All right, number 2. You want to understand your product. So exude the confidence, understand your product. Because when I tell you number 3, if you don't understand your product, you're going to have a difficult time. Hey, a lot of you all have told me you're visual learners on your sheets to me. You're visual learners. You need to talk. So if that's who you are, you got to get this product and touch it and feel it and see it and understand the smell of the thermal bite. You have to understand the bite that it has down the back of your throat. If you can't afford everything at once, try and change your auto ship to something different every month. That's what I did. Because I didn't know if I wanted to invest all of this first. I didn't know if this business was going to do. I didn't know if this business was going to gift me what it did. I didn't know that in the beginning. So I'm staying honest with you. So try something different every month. Try something different. Okay? Number 3, you have to identify problems and give the solution. In every interaction, loyal customer and also in your distributors. Okay? So if a loyal customer is telling you they want to order product and you don't find out why, hey, I'm looking for that coffee. Don't just take the order. Find out why they want the coffee. Is it really the coffee? Do they need more? Do they need less? Are they on the wrong product? So make sure you're clear with what they're trying to do. Don't just take the coffee order. Then when they tell you what they're looking for, oh, you know what? I just need to lose some weight. Okay, so tell me about your weight journey. What do you want to do? Then maybe you hear digestive issues. Now you're offering probiotics and you're offering probiotics and also greens and what else is digestion? Probiotics, greens. I lost it. Cleanse. Now you're offering those things because, hey, you really hear what the problem is. I'm telling you, to not be a salesperson, you have to understand people. So you have to understand their problem in order to work with that pain to create the solution. So ask questions. When you have a distributor that comes on in, hey, y'all telling me this all the time. She just don't see it. She don't understand. I know she could be a beast in this company. Well, have you helped her to see that? Have you helped to identify where she needs this business? Have y'all had that conversation? You're thinking she'd be great because she has a great influence. Well, maybe she don't like working with people. Maybe she just likes to only be online. Maybe she don't see that yet. So maybe you got to say, hey, have you thought about an extra stream? Yeah, I have, but I ain't trying to be no salesperson. Okay, so let me ask you this. Do you like working with people? Hey, I see your little kids that are around here, because I'm telling you what I'm saying. I see your little kids that are around here. Do you spend the time with them that you really feel like you really want to? Do you? No? So what if I could show you how to spend more time with your kids? Because see, now I've identified something that maybe is interesting to her. You are not going to get people on your team for your benefit. People come on your team for their benefit, not yours. See, keep in mind, you're asking them to join a business. You're not asking them to buy a product. You're asking them to show up every day, be on a Zoom, fill that 400 box, want to promote. So if you don't understand how this really could benefit them, that's why people show up in the business and then they go AWOL. Because they did it for you. You asked them, you told them it was only $20. So they got to sign up for $20. And then when it comes for the training, guess what? They are not available because they don't have something at home. Like how for me right now, that just hit me. Now y'all got me a whole nother time frame, right? Because I'm here for me. I'm not here for you. I'm here for what's been happening in here in this house. So a new distributor has to be able to see how this can really benefit their life. That's what you got to figure out. What is the problem that's going on in their life like right now? Are they nervous? Yes, what I'm asking people when I get on there. Are you nervous about paying for Christmas? Are you nervous about that? Some people are saying yes. Some people are saying no. The ones that say yes, what are you nervous about? Well, I don't know how I'm going to be able to pay for this because actually my job just took some money away from us. So what if I told you this? If I said, if you came on in, I can show you and I have a real conversation because I know how to get you money right now. So if I told you, you could bring a distributor in with you and then we can get them 2 customers underneath them, 2. It could be $25. And I can get you $100 every Thursday till Christmas. How does that sound? We could potentially get you $300 or $400 by Christmas. How does that sound? Oh, you can? Yes. It is going to require some work. Do you know 2 people right now? Yes, I do. Okay, so we need to get them on the phone. Hey, have you thought of, are you somebody who likes people in front of you? Do you like to party? Yeah, I could. What if I could show you how to do a party where the 4 reps that come on in, you can make $100 in your house. So now we have $100 from there. We have some fast start bonuses. I can get you $500 by Christmas. And then guess what? If you come in and you start working right now, you're actually going to get a percentage off of everything. So guess what? I could probably get you $200 and $300 right there. So that's 300s, 3 and 3, 600, 7. I can get you $700 by Christmas. You could, yes, but you got to work today. Because see, guess what? I've tied it to them. So therefore, they want to work when they come on in because they hear $700 by Christmas. And I've also told them how. And they've agreed that they can do that. So I'm having a conversation and I'm getting to know her. So guess what? When she don't come in on a training, I can say, hey, now you do know we talked about you needed a distributor to get that $100. Oh, you're right. I'm on it. Because guess what? She's invested too. He's invested too. You can't get somebody just excited about this just for $20. $20? Oh my God, we spend it at lunch. But guess what? It's not important to this person to spend $20. It was important for them to get that Big Mac with fries, with some Sprite, because they was hungry. So you got to be able to identify that person's problem and then go in and show that you have the answer. If you're not identifying their problem, that's why they're not spending the $20. Because they don't see how, they see you doing well, but guess what? They're not going to get into this. Here's the mentality. I'm not going to do this so you can get a bonus. I'm going to come in here and do this so I can get a bonus. Number 4, you have to build the relationship. What's the thing? What's the script you say when you're in the inbox? Y'all want to know what I say? Hi. The same thing we do in regular conversation. See, people are texting and they're doing these things so much, they're missing the thing. They're missing the thing that is so common in regular conversation, which is just introducing yourself. Remember, I did an exercise with you all. I taught you all how to just get up in the morning and say, hey, good morning. I hope you have a great day. Hey, some people don't even hear that. Their house could be so in uproar that nobody says good morning. They all get up and start doing like this. Maybe somebody down there, good morning. Hey, get up, go to school. Hey, what's this? You don't know if Your pleasant good morning to somebody every morning is what they start looking forward to. I remember I do this every morning. I remember one day, and I shared this with y'all, I didn't say good morning to somebody who I normally do. And she inboxed me and was like, hey, are you okay? And I said, yeah, why do you ask? And she said, you didn't say good morning. Wow. She noticed that. But because I respond to 200, 300 people in the inbox every day, I forgot about one. Right? Can I tell y'all something? She signed up for $20. She signed up. She's not in here yet because I make sure that I handhold my distributors, and I make sure I talk to them and I build the relationship before I throw them out in trainings where they don't know anybody. So I'm building the relationship with them, with me, so therefore they know me. And then after they know me, then I put them in the group. So therefore, when things go wrong in the group, they're going to come back to me and be like, hey, Trayce, what was they saying? Because they know they can trust me. Instead of me throwing them on in here, I don't know them. Somebody say something crazy, and then you never hear from them again. So build the relationship. Good morning. How are you? Hey, I love to be able to talk to you. I love to be able to do this. What's your phone number? This morning, I smile. I woke up this morning with 6 phone numbers. You want to know how I did? Because in their inbox last night, I said, hey, I sent a video. I love the video and voice text. So I sent a video that said, hey, I would love to talk to you. Tomorrow, I have more codes. And I am going to be able to sign you up for $20. If you're interested, we've been talking. Can you leave me your phone number? And then when they left me their phone number, now this morning, I wrote it all in my book. Because now I got 6 new people to call because I asked, which leads me to number 5 is what's called, I want to share with you all, there are multiple ways to close a business, but I want you all to start studying the assumptive close. ASSUMPTIVE close. CLOSE. If you want to get on YouTube and you want to study the assumptive close, how to do the assumptive close. The assumptive close is something that people can do who don't understand sales. It is so easy. It is so easy. It is so easy. And I'm going to start teaching everybody that one closure. I can do all the closures, but this one right here is great for a beginner. The assumptive close says, the assumptive close assumes you're ready. That's it. So when you get to the end, you'll say, so say for instance, you're on a loyal customer call and you have finished everything. You've done your presentation. You would get to the end and you would say, so let's get started today. Because you're assuming they're ready. You're not saying, so when do you want to start? That's not the assumptive close. The assumptive assumes you've done amazing. Hey, so let's get you started today. Now, you're going to translate that over to distributor. After you finish talking to your distributor, you're going to then do the assumptive close. You know what? Everything that I'm hearing right now is absolutely amazing. Girl, you should be, I want you on my team. You should be on my team. Do you have your credit card? Let's go. Let's get started. That's the assumptive close. So remember, I teach you all how to entrepreneur and entrepreneur well. I'm going to tell you to get on YouTube today. Here's your assignment. Get on YouTube today, and I want you to get on Google, and I want you to put in how to do the assumptive close, and I want you to watch videos on the assumptive close. There's multiple ways. And the assumptive close assumes you're ready. You're on my phone. Hey, when I was in the salon, everybody would go, dang, she be walking these people back up into the credit card all the time because I'm the queen of the assumptive close. I know that a person did not get dressed, drive all the way to me, fly to me to come to a consultation when she wasn't in the market to get her extensions done. She didn't come here because she was thinking about it. She came here because she wants to get her hair done. So I go, okay, you're home, girl. Anybody who is one of my clients, they know you hear you're home. You're home. So let's talk about, let me get my appointment book. Okay, so do you want to do Thursday? So I want to ask you, are you doing the assumptive close? No. Okay, so girl, once somebody has called you, then your inbox it on your phone, guess what? They're interested. They are. They may not be interested at that moment. They may be interested in a month. They may be interested in 6 months. But guess what? They were interested because they're on your phone. They've gotten to your phone. So now you're going to say, hey, okay, so I know I want you on my team. This makes so much sense. Let's do this. And then I want to get you set on up. I'm going to send you something so we can go ahead and get set up. I want to get you in this business to get this money now. Now, if that person goes, you know what? I want to try the product first. That's what everybody do. I want to try the product first. So let me ask you this. The products, well, let's talk about this. The products and the business are two totally different things. So yes, you're going to try the product because as a distributor, guess what? You're going to have the product. Have I not explained something to you well in the business section? Because trying the product isn't the business that we're talking about. So have I not explained something well? I just don't know. I'm not really sure. Okay, so what do I need to explain a little bit more? Tell me that. Don't let them off the phone. You know, what do I need to say? Well, you know what? I'm still just trying to figure out how I'm going to do this and work my regular 9 to 5. I'm glad you said that. Girl, 80% of my people work another job and they do this business. I'll tell you how. What they usually do is in our trainings, we record them. I'll send them the link a little bit later. Some people, I have one girl that sits on up. She props everything on up. She puts it in her earpiece while she's working. You know, some people do it on their lunch break. Some people do it when they get home. It's all, the beauty about owning your own is you set the time frame. You have the control. Did you know that? No, I didn't. Okay, so I want to help you understand that you can. What we can do, we can run in this business, we can walk in this business, but guess what I want to tell you is I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you along the way. So I know we just met each other, but I want you to know that when you get in here, if you need something, text me, call me. I do better by text because I schedule a lot. So if you text me, I can then put you in my schedule. Once I put you in my schedule, then we can work this thing through together. I may not be readily available at all times, but guess what? I will make time. You know what? Good, because the last time I got in something and I tried something, man, I got it in, and then you ain't even hear from the person no more. I hear that a lot, y'all. And I'm like, yeah, I don't do that. You show up, I show up. I'll be here even if it's one person. I'll be here because I love to train. So did I help you with that? Yeah. So let's get started now. Do you have your credit card? Assumptive. You know what? I'm going to take a chance. Sure, let's go. Because I want to move, I printed these out in our back office, which is our forms for distributors and loyal customers, and I will write everything out. Because guess what? I don't want to be sitting on the phone and then they making different decisions. I'm getting everything now. And guess what I do? I say, what's your name? And what's your credit card number? I'm not about to fill out all this information, get all the way to the bottom. You don't have no credit card. What's your name and credit card? Then I go back to the address. Then I go back to the birthday. Because now I know you in. What's this info? Great. The assumptive close is huge, huge. I want everyone to study it today. Study it. If you need to do power 30 minutes, study the assumptive close. It is amazing. And it's great when you're new in sales because everybody can assume you want this, right? Everybody can assume that. Did my song just come on? It did. Yeah, I have a little moment with myself. I was like, hey, right. I gotta find ways to keep things fun. So y'all already know, I told y'all Beyonce came on in the morning and we was about to start. We gonna leave. So guess what? This is perfect because we are at the end of this. I gave you 5 things. Exude confidence, understand your product, identify problems, create the solution. 4, build a relationship, and then also end with the assumptive close. I gave you fire. I also, too, helped you to understand this morning. Don't be having your tank over here, coming into these meetings, looking on over here, and then thinking that that's where you're supposed to be. Hey, be easy on yourself. Be easy. Be easy. You're going to get there. As long as you stay in the race, you're going to get there. Understand that? As long as you stay in the race, you're going to get there. Right? Stay close to the fire. Don't count yourself out. If you've been in the business and you're new, hey, you got work to do. You're in the race. If you've been in the business in the middle time and you're going, oh my God, why am I not there yet? Congratulations, you're not at the beginning. Because guess what? You're not around here jiggling this. You may be jiggling this. So congratulations, you're not at the middle. And if you've been in this business for a long period of time and this is the heck you're jiggling and you're still trying to figure out why you ain't at the top, congratulations, you're not at the beginning. You have all your failures, all your bumping up against your head. And guess what? You got a lot more wisdom than most people in the room. And what you got to do is continuously stay in the race. And maybe you just need to make a little bit of an adjustment. Maybe now it's cold outside. You need to put a scarf on and a coat. You understand? Maybe you just need to do a little bit of self-check, a little bit of an adjustment. But you're here. You stay in the race. 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 So I thank everybody for tuning in today. I always say, hey, if you're on the video, there are time frames in which I will allow questions to come on in. Today, I want it to be individual, so I'm not going to allow questions to be recorded. So I'm going to stop this recording. Anybody who has these questions, you're more than welcome to be able to ask. So I'm going to stop our training.